the Yep, I Like Wrestling podcast.
You see what I did there?
Are you gonna start?
Oh, yeah. Yep, I like wrestling.
Greetings from parts unknown. My name is Sunny Sofrito, and today I am joined by
The Beige Experience, Steph McNasty.
and I'm also joined today by
Puerto Rican princess, Tara Marie.
and we're also joined today by a whole bunch of people in the house. And we're recording. Oh, there you go. We're recording.
Both these guys.
We're recording on Wednesday, right before the AEW Dynamite premiere episode.
And it's not parts unknown, it's parts known.
Parts
Oh,
known.
yeah.
It's parts known today.
Where are we, Sonny?
Like no one knows where we're at. We're at Jack Dempsey's.
We're at Jack Dempsey's.
Where?
On.
Wait, where are we? What's
Jack
it called?
Dempsey's?
On 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. Beautiful.
And we're here to record an episode right before the main event starts.
The premiere of AEW Dynamite on TNT, and also the first time going head-to-head with NXT on the USA Network in its full 2-hour capacity.
I would call it like a Wednesday night War Games.
War games? Oh, God. There we go. Wow, you guys got the live experience of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do it again.
War games?
All right, so check it out. Everybody got to buy a shot when he says
War games?
Yeah, right. Be drunk before
It's on Sonny's bill.
before Ortiz or Santana it can even pull up.
new podcast. Who this?
I'm
I don't know about my
excited.
bill.
I love it. It's a great day. I think it's the dawn of the wrestling renaissance, if
Yeah.
you will. We have a whole new era to talk about. Let's get into it.
I'm very
Let's
excited.
talk about Raw. It's season premiere.
I enjoy Raw.
You do. You do enjoy
Yo,
Raw.
will you keep your
know.
business to yourselves?
Because you got 3 holes for this soul.
And now, and all the laughing is going on.
I feel our soundboard is bugging out. There's a lot of noises I hear. The soundboard is bugging out.
Hey, you know what? You know what? We've never had the man at Jack Dempsey on. So you know
And
what?
the Dempsey.
The Dempsey of Jack.
The Dempsey of Jack.
The Jack of all Dempseys, if you will.
Yeah. Enda, come sit down for a
Come
quick
sit down
second.
real quick. We want to talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm no like shit. Don't tell me that. No, crap. No. What's up?
Hey, are you looking forward to what we're doing today?
Awesome, guys. You're doing a great job. Every week, every time it's on, you guys do a great job.
And the wings
Not
are
you.
phenomenal.
She does a great job.
Thank
Tara
you.
does it.
Wait, wait.
Appreciation.
Why are you giving her?
I do a
why
good
you
job
giving
eating your food.
her
Well,
props?
that's true, yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are you giving them props? Then they want me to pay them. I'm not trying to do that right now, man.
Don't worry, I'll take care
Just
of
pay
it.
us in wings, Sonny. Just pay me in wings.
Pay me a wine. Pay me a wine.
Thank you. Shout outs to Enda. Love it. All right, let's get to Raw. In the first instance was Rey Mysterio coming out and interrupted by Brock Lesnar. If you guys want to
They
give
didn't
us a
waste.
nice little rundown.
They didn't waste any time on bringing out Brock. They were like, "Yo, Brock's coming. Guess what? He's here." Like,
Exactly.
Yo, can I get like 2 seconds?
Yo, we
Like-
barely got like the beginning of his intro music. It was like, yo, he got on like, it was like his intro music started like right after he came out.
I felt terrible. I felt really bad for Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic.
No, they're acting like it was a terrorist attack. Like,
Well, I
keep
felt-
them in your thoughts and prayers. They're fine.
They'll be all right. I mean, I just, I felt bad.
Rey Mysterio has caught F5 before. He's not broken.
Yo,
like,
the way
Dominic's like 400 pounds, my man. He can survive it. Like,
God.
Yo, Dominic's not even his son,
yo,
bro.
they talking like he's like, yo, they talking about it like he's made out of paper. He's not made out of paper. He could survive it.
He
Like,
got launched in that German suplex halfway across the ring, and I was like, poor Eddie's son.
Yo,
He's about to go out.
for real.
He's about to
K-son.
see his dad.
that's
oh
K's
my
son.
God.
He looked like the mayor
Yo,
of Nashville.
those are the thoughts and opinions
sorry,
of Beige
I'm
Battle
sorry.
What? And they do not represent the thoughts and opinions of Yep, I Like Wrestling.
No, it was
Don't think
awesome.
I didn't catch that.
It was amazing. I haven't seen 2 Mexicans get beaten up like that since the Trump administration.
Oh, I
But
saw it on the
anyway,
concourse like 2 days
if you
ago.
built a wall of Brock Lesnar's, that would be Trump's wet dream. I'm just saying.
You know what?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys
Yeah.
aren't Trump supporters.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah. Yeah,
Let's
no,
move
that's
on.
true. That's fine.
You got no cheers.
I know.
You got
I know.
zero
Trump's a
pop.
horrible person.
But like as Dominic though, like how fired? Like if you're gonna get sunned by anyone in the company, how fired is like to be Brock Lesnar? Like
Before
to,
your
like,
first match.
yo, and then you're laying down in the ring just staring at your pops. Like yo, we both got sunned together. It's a family affair. Like you lay me on my ass with my pops. That's fire. Like and like you know they're gonna put it on a plaque or some shit and try to sell it. Like look when they both.
It'll be on a T-shirt somewhere.
Yeah, the day they both died. Like,
A giant silkscreen tee that can't be washed properly.
I'm just saying.
Brock beat him so he could say, "I'm your puppy."
Yeah. Yeah, because Sable can't give him any kids right now, so it might as well be somebody's puppy.
She's a bit past her prime.
She's past our prime. Our eggs have expiration
Called
dates.
menopause.
Okay, I don't know if y'all know that, but our eggs expire, and there's only so long we can use them. So if you have someone trying to throw eggs at you, use them.
Eggs.
Take her eggs.
Sarah's new name is Expiration.
Full face of makeup and expiration date. It's been a long week for me. Y'all made me do unpopular review, and I still had to do the podcast, and I get paid for neither. I'm just saying.
Nothing. Just pay us in wine and wings.
We'll get you wine.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, now
okay.
take some wings.
If this cup
We'll
is
get
empty
Tara
at
some
any
wing-
point
wine.
during
Yeah.
AEW,
We'll get Tara some wine.
I'm writing a letter.
Yes. Speaking of eggs being tossed around, Sasha Banks defeated Alexa Bliss on Monday.
Those are the thoughts and opinions of
What? Alexa Bliss has
basement.
eggs. It's fine. What do you want me to do?
Were they
True.
scrambled?
She did. She was scrambled a bit. It's all right. But it was a weird way that she won, though. She kind of like faked it that Bailey was in the ring or outside the ring, but she never came out with Sasha. It was just awkward. It was really awkward.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Sasha, but everything feels forced.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like I said, she's a little blue.
Oh, jeez.
She's a little blue.
still
I'm just
banking on that
saying.
joke. It's great.
Yes, I will bank on it for as long as I can.
that was horrible.
And then like Alexa's like this neutral heel. I don't know what the fuck is
She's
going
just
on
a
with that.
super tweener right now.
Yeah, she's a super tweener.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about it. And Alexa, she needs to be full on heel or like face host with like a dash of heel. There's no in between for her,
And
really.
you're right, and that's the problem, because that always seems to happen with anybody who wins the tag team titles for the women's. It's like the second they win, they become almost these semi-jobbers, even though they're the champions. It happened to the Iconics. It happened to Sasha and Bailey. Now
Very
it's
true.
happening to Alexa and Nikki. It's like, who are you going to put that belt on that actually can maintain a winning streak or a winning attitude, you know? Like, I don't get it.
An actual tag team that was
Yes.
meant to be a tag team.
Like, why
It
aren't
should
there-
have been the Iconics.
Like, why aren't their tag teams being built up the way they should be?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But then right after that, whatever.
Another tag team match.
Another tag team match.
We had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Tag Team versus Heavy Machinery.
Ah.
Stakes and weights.
I actually thought they were going to lose the titles.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to lose the titles, and they did it, which is weird because they love to rip a title off of Dolph. They
Yeah.
love to be like, just kidding.
Yeah,
Like,
they've been ripping that titles off of Dolph a lot.
And the most-
Lethal.
And you're
Yeah.
right, and then the most expendable title, anytime they do any of these major like Raw, SmackDown shows, is always the tag team titles.
Because they don't give a damn about their tag team division.
They
and,
don't.
you know,
Unlike another
don't get me started on
company.
AEW's tag team division because, you know, we'll be here forever. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Let's keep on going.
Yeah. Let's get away from Robert.
And we finally got Miz TV with Ric Flair and Hogan.
What do you mean, finally? Were you waiting for that?
You know,
Was that
you know what it was? I was hoping that the Fiend was going to come out and kind of beat them up too, but that didn't happen.
You want him to do everything. Then
I
it's
do
tired.
want him to do everything. He's
How
great
long you
for the
want him to
company.
like? He's gonna be hanging under
I
the
want
ring.
him to beat up every old guy possible in WWE.
Yeah, every time he's under the ring, like fuck, I gotta wait under the ring again.
I'm sure they
Like-
have a bunch of snacks and ding dongs and Twinkies. He'll be fine.
Now he's skinny now,
He'll
so
feast.
he probably eating celery under there and shit.
That's true.
You know?
Kale chips.
Yeah, the Fiend is feisty.
Maybe some like veggie sticks,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah,
You never
yeah,
know.
I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had
But yeah, that's
So now
that's
we have
just
the two teams:
Yeah.
Ric Flair's team versus Team Hogan.
Team Hogan versus
for
Team Flair.
what pay per view was that?
Blood Money 4.
Blood Money 17.
Blood Money 5.
Blood Money 4, which I just got asked, are we doing a Halloween party for Blood Money 4? Exact quote. Shout out to Victor.
Thank you for that.
I
And
think it'd be
apparently
fun.
we are. And do I have to call out that day?
Do I have to
yeah.
go?
Because the bitch got a job now, so
Oh,
you gotta
that's
let me
right.
know.
That's right.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, but-
J-O-B.
Hey,
J-O-B. J-O-B. J-O-B.
But you work with family. They could just clock you in, clock you
clock
out.
me
You
in,
good.
clock me out. We don't have to.
Nepotism. Nepotism. Nepotism.
Oh, this is gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long.
Wait, when you working with Papi and little brother,
Little Ruby.
We don't talk about his name. We don't talk about little. He disappeared on us.
He who shall not be named.
Sinatra disappeared on us.
yeah, he worked that gimmick into a suit.
But like even Miz was alluding to nepotism when he was talking about we keep hearing the woos because he was like talking about Charlotte, but like Rick didn't really like want to touch on it. I don't know how that was going, but it was weird how they were talking about the thing for Blood Money 17. And they were saying how they were going to have a match. And Miz looked at Rick and Hogan and was like, oh, so you guys know we're going to have this match. But, like, the fans don't know. And I'm like, they got Alzheimer's. They don't fucking remember. You got to tell them again. Let them know that they're going to have their own individual teams. And it's going to be like a race war. Because that's what it's, like, feeling like right now. Like,
the last Blood Money gave us Goldberg versus The Undertaker. I wouldn't be surprised what that Saudi money can make them do. So
that Saudi money's for real.
Not for real, though. I really thought they were going to put Rick and Hogan in, like, the ring together. And I was afraid for everyone's hips. Like, I don't want to see any dislocated old people
Imagine
hips.
the Saudi prince. I put Hogan and Flair in a cage match.
No, not even a cage match, in a walker match. Last man walking.
Kane on a walker on a pole match.
You win if you could walk without the walker.
But thank the good Lord we didn't get that. So far for Ric Flair's team, I believe it is Rusev and Seth Rollins.
So far.
Russell. He's Russell. He's an American.
And wait. He's a real American.
He's a real American. I hate that I sang that. I hate myself for it.
And then
he passes citizenship.
I believe for Hogan's team, it's Corbin and Randy Orton, right?
Yes.
Or am I doing that the other way around?
No, Randy.
No. It's Hogan on Seth Rollins with Rusev. So Rusev is going to be the darkest guy on Hogan's team, pretty much.
I don't know, because Seth be wilding out with the spray tans.
That's true.
So
That's very true.
That's true. And Ric Flair has Orton and Baron Corbin.
I mean, when you really think about
Corbin.
it,
Corbin.
Hogan's team should be Team Europe because Seth is actually Armenian, and then you have the Bulgarian.
Who?
Oh, there you go.
Who? What?
Asked you. Okay, so...
That's fucked up.
No, I'm more excited for day drinking than I am the actual Blood Money for.
Yeah.
Who isn't? All right. By round the noise, are you looking forward? Round.
No noise.
Some of them don't clap.
They don't clap. They go, oh!
Yeah. All right,
Nobody had to clap.
So check this out. Are you more excited for Crown Jewel or Blood Money 17 where you could drink during the day?
Hello? Yes.
Day drinking?
I love alcohol. In my Stone Cold voice, I love alcohol.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
okay, but like, can we talk about that? Because I'm pussy, right?
All right, so check
like,
this out.
I don't even go into like Party City like during Halloween.
Wait,
how am I supposed to go to the village?
Wait, recap what he just said.
You can be one of the village people.
So basically, the suggestion that we just got was after Blood Money 17, we will possibly take all of ourselves all the way down to the village for the Halloween Day Parade.
I don't know how I feel about this. I'm pussy. I told you. Everybody dressed up as the Dudley Boys because it's the easiest costume.
Yes. And it works because they were all brothers.
Yes, exactly.
They were all
and there were
adopted.
different shades. So
but you know what?
Dudley Boy is a spectrum.
Shades of beige, if you will.
So let me ask you this. Are we going to go down there and have a battle royal in the parade?
I'm a bit too dark to be fake fighting around cops.
Yeah, there's mad cops out there. We minorities. That doesn't work out very well for us.
You know what? Good point.
Yeah, even fake fighting. They're like, oh, word?
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you. No.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll keep drinking, though.
Yeah.
I'll, support you if you want to. Sonny, if you want to wrestle in the street, I will support you.
Yo, let's be real.
I will roll you over.
Who's going to be sitting next to you drinking?
Nobody.
Me.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody, because I'm too fast.
Next up, we had Viking Raiders versus the OC. It was a match. We also
talented competitors.
Yep.
and they fought.
Ricochet versus Cesaro, actually pretty good, even though it was only like 4 minutes long.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing is that like
I was surprised that Ricochet went over though.
Ricochet made it like a vendetta and like was like, I'm doing this for. I was like, oh, right,
Well,
relax.
he did
He was
do Ray's
defending
finisher,
Ray's-
so that was
Ray's
pretty
honor.
And I was like, relax with your pew pew pews. Like, take it easy. Let's take it down 2
Yeah, I
notches,
swear
bro.
to God, I thought you said pubes.
Not his pubes, his pew pew pew.
He's
You
got
know when he
pew,
comes
pew,
out, he goes like this and it goes pew pew pew. But yeah, that's the sound it makes. It goes pew pew. It's ricocheting. Hello.
When he
you-
says
when-
something, go pew pew pew.
If I can make an idea, since we got pyro back, can the pew 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 just be like pyro instead? Yeah, just pyro.
Wait, yeah, Ricochet didn't get pyro. They were like, you didn't have pyro before, you don't get
literally-
pyro now.
You literally have a sound effect for a thing that could be pyro. Just make
Very,
it pyro.
very true.
They were like, the only people who get pyro are the people who had it. Anybody from NXT? Oh well.
Sell more merch, maybe you get pyro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Sell a wristband or two, and then we'll
Oh,
talk.
wristband. Shout out to Connor's Cure.
Yeah.
I actually have a velveteen like sleeping mask from Loot Crate, and
A sleeping mask?
yeah, and it has his like third eye on it and shit, and like it
Keep
just
your third eye open,
all it
son.
does is make your forehead hot. That's all it does. That's all it does. Huh?
You know what? There is so many funny jokes that I know Paige is thinking about right now.
Oh no, I'm
and we
I'm
don't
gonna-
have enough time.
And we're
Nope.
going to leave
We
that
we
one
don't.
alone.
It's
I can't.
7. No, we don't have enough
Yeah.
time. No.
It is at the moment 7:41.
Cody put us on a time schedule today, so we
You
don't
have,
have
you
enough
have
time.
19 minutes before the war games begin. So
I'm drinking.
take
Hold
a
on.
drink.
right.
Thank you.
So then we had
The United States champion AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, if you will, versus Cedric Alexander
But why?
it was a match.
for the United States title.
But why?
AJ Styles won again.
What's that? Why does
It-
Cedric deserve this chance?
It was a match. They're talented competitors,
Yep.
and they fought.
Okay, I was just wondering. I just wanted to make sure that I was comprehending what was going
Yeah.
on.
We then
which was
had
nothing.
Lacey
Lacey
Evans
Evans.
versus Natalia. For some reason, this was like a little storyline that was brewing that was kind of cool,
Yeah.
but then it just floundered.
Yo,
It
Natalia
was
can't keep
unmatched.
one
Yeah.
friend.
They're untalented competitors, and they tried to fight.
Untalented. Wow, no.
No, Lacey's talented. I fuck with her theme song.
Yeah.
So,
And Natalia is a
Theme song?
and Natalia, future Hall of Famer. I call
Yeah.
it.
well, she has to be.
She's a heart.
If you got trained in the
and
fucking
she's a
dungeon,
nightheart.
like,
and she should have
like,
retired a while ago.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, she has to be.
So then we had Bobby
She
Lashley
peed on
returning
herself
with.
in the ring.
So then,
Oh,
we had
no,
Bobby
we're-
Lashley returning with his side chick.
No,
let's
we're
set
not
this
doing
up.
that.
Let's set this
I'm not
up.
doing this with you.
Wait.
So Rey Mysterio gets his ass whooped and pretty much practically deported. And then we need a new opponent for Seth Rollins for the
Yeah.
Universal title match. That
Exactly.
ended up being Russell. So Russell then
Russell. That's Rusev's new name
Happy
is
Russell Day.
Happy Russell Day to everybody.
Now that he's American, Rusev is now Russell.
I was
Yes.
just like, yeah, no.
Write that down. Write that down.
Now,
Russell
Russell
Patria.
and Rollins were getting a good match going. It seemed pretty good. You kept hearing in the background, let me in, let me in. That was actually pretty cool. So you started getting hints
No,
of the
I don't like
Fiend.
it. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes my stomach hurt.
That's what makes it good.
Okay, cool.
Because that's entertainment, and
No.
everyone's getting scared. So we then get Bobby Lashley come out of nowhere. We hear Bobby Lashley's music. We're wondering what's Bobby Lashley doing. Where is Leo Rush? I miss him. He has my heart.
I thought Leo Rush was coming out too.
I miss him.
It was a different bottom.
And then Lana comes out. Why?
Chocolate vanilla swirl. It's
Because
delicious.
Russell became a cuckold in front of all of our eyes.
Yes, he did.
And they got
I
into
think,
it.
I think it was the mustache.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it
Yo,
was the mustache.
Bobby was like, yo, they finally gave me a worthy storyline. It's fucking lit. He was like, come here, girl. I'm about to kiss you in front of your husband. Bring that ass over here. Like,
Yo, and I think he grabbed her ass too.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
lifted her leg. When
Yeah.
she did that leg lift, right there, I would have been like, I want a divorce.
I thought they were
Yeah.
gonna like fake kiss, but I was like, oh, they kissing.
They
use
kissing,
the tongue.
kissing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I've seen
Kissing.
this on Brazzers, but never in WWE.
Yeah, that was you left the toilet seat up again. You know what? I'm gonna go in.
It wasn't
over.
Brazzers, it's blacked.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
very
yeah.
black.
Specifically
It
blacked.
was very black.
It's blacked.
Very black.
And then, so you know what's gonna happen, right? My studio audience is gonna be a little bit quieter. Thank you. They're gonna y'all loud. Your voice travels, sir. You have bass. So you have bass in your voice. So what happens now is now that Bobby kissed her, she's not gonna have an accent anymore. She's gonna go straight to Orlando Lana, and
And
we're
she's gonna get
get
like the white woman haircut. Her name's gonna be Nicole later.
no, yeah, and
Or
she's gonna
Karen,
look like
Karen.
she's gonna have that like
No, wait,
weird
doesn't she
outfit
have
that
like
she
a
had
very
with
like
Dolph.
southern name, like like Lindsay Ann or something like that.
Probably, which makes sense for
Yeah, I
Black.
forgot her.
Oh
her-
yes, because you have to search for her nudes with her real name. Yes.
Oh, word?
That's what or her
Hold on.
modeling
Let me
pictures.
grab my phone. Hold on a second. So continue, please.
Please pause the
Val?
podcast while we
No,
all search for Lana's
Stacy.
nudes.
That is an N and an E. I'm getting sign language here. Hold on.
And Lana spelled backwards is?
Anal.
Anal. Oh no. Does she know that?
I'm pretty sure she
I'm
knows
sure
that.
Russell knows. He
Does she know?
And Bobby does now too.
does too.
Nah, Tyra spelled backwards is a rat. Holla at me.
Her name
Wow. Okay, Takashi.
Gangsta.
Yeah. Her name is CJ Perry.
Oh,
Wow.
CJ. What
Yeah, I
were
know
you?
that.
What were you writing? Huh?
You know this is going to be seen
I
on
know.
on audio, right?
Yeah, no, I know, but they need to know that we were interacting with
Oh,
our
okay.
audience as well, and I'm not being a bitch because I have this like stigma that they think I'm an asshole.
Eh.
Yeah, she's mean. She's a big Puerto Rican. Mean to women.
Eh.
Women shouldn't be that large. Okay, so. How much? Okay. Countdown's still going on. 7:46. Let's go.
746. Oh, we're moving quick. I
We
like
got 'em.
this.
Let's go. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
Teddy
yeah,
would
yeah.
be proud. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who?
And guess
Oh,
what?
good point.
We have no SmackDown to talk about.
Yeah.
None.
Because that comes on Friday.
That comes on Friday. We were recording. Yep.
Yeah,
We,
at 7:30. I did not know that
Oh,
part.
damn. Really?
oh, they're
Oh,
doing
SmackDown for the kids.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
because they're doing the pre-show stuff
It's called
now.
Smackdown.
oh,
Yep.
and we're getting this guy, Dwayne. Oh, The Rock. That guy.
Yeah. Somebody
guy.
you. Yeah, I
That
think the name of the show was something he kind of made popular. He's been doing a lot of movies and stuff.
Oh yeah. If he
Yeah.
comes out dressed the way he does for Jumanji, my life will be complete. That's all. I need him to come out in khakis. That's all I need in cargo
that?
shorts. What?
Why is that?
Why is that? I don't know.
And do
I
you
didn't
want him
like
to
that
give
movie
smoldering
at all.
intensity?
Huh?
Smoldering intensity.
Interesting.
Smoldering intensity. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Heard.
I need him to like bring it all back. The pie. I want it all.
We are not
but
watching Jumanji 2.
Yeah.
We're not. Oh damn it.
Beige is gonna start going through a khaki phase shortly.
All the time.
And never get
All
to
I'm
do
wearing.
anything.
Yeah.
So like Eric Bischoff, like he's gonna finally get to like do something.
Yeah.
I believe so. So
They're gonna
apparently
let
they've
him
been
attempt-
holding him off a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been like keeping him in the bullpen for some reason.
I know.
I don't know why. They've been like letting like Paul Heyman run rampant, and Eric Bischoff. They were like, you gotta be quicker than that. They're like, no, you can't do that.
Not yet.
I guess because Paul Heyman's already been there, so he's kind of ins and outs of the locker room, so he kind of knows what he could do.
You know, Eric Bischoff had to go through,
Bischoff hasn't been around for a while.
orientation, find out about how to operate his benefits
They had
package.
to hypnotize them. Do not say nitro. Do not say
Go
nitro.
through his 90-day probation period.
They had to make sure that he wasn't
Make
going to
sure-
start. They had to make sure that he wasn't going to start the show with the cruiserweights.
Exactly. Make sure his
Well,
direct
it makes
deposit
sense to
goes
start.
through.
Start with the cruiserweights. You start with the little and you go to the big. That's how people like to organize things. Like what?
True. And it gave us a lot of entertainment there.
But like I do miss like the 205 Live guys being integrated into like the actual
Yeah.
shows because it's very segregated. It's like you're too short.
So,
Yeah, so I'm confused as to how we're gonna do this for SmackDown and how this is gonna work.
you're asking me a production thing?
Yeah. Because you know
On the
everything.
podcast?
You make my outline for the podcast, so you should know things. So
Uh,
I'm hearing that we're not gonna have like the same kind of commercials. We're not gonna have those double box commercials, which drive me fucking
So
insane.
Fox is saying that they will be doing limited commercial breaks for SmackDown, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully with their production, they're not going to be giving us commercials during wrestling matches, because that is always been a big complaint for every audience member and people who are watching the show as well. So hopefully things change there.
I mean, I get it. We gotta push things. Like Pizza Hut has a new Cheez-It pizza. Like there's things that the people need to know.
true.
I
It's
get
true.
it. But when
I need to know about my Cricket Wireless
when
deals.
Becky Lynch is coming out to interrupt the match, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna show a commercial." It's not. It's very.
not cool.
It's detrimental to the whole situation that we're trying to make happen.
Because when you're in the audience, all you're doing is hearing the theme music for like 5 minutes at the time. And then
Exactly.
you're just waiting to just start the match.
Exactly.
But speaking of SmackDown, we do have some rumors. Apparently, The Rock will be there. That is confirmed.
Yes.
But also, with the new Fox deal, there are rumors going around that CM Punk may be going ahead and starting to do the WWE backstage show with FS1.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. He hasn't been. They haven't given a full audience.
You gotta
yet.
be very
They haven't-
careful with
they
saying the
have
C
not
word.
given a full cast yet. He did do a radio show in L.A. He is in L.A. by the way, just to let you guys know. The Fox SmackDown premiere is also in L.A. Just letting you know. So it is possible we could be seeing CM Punk very soon on WWE television.
just
now with the
just to
FS1 deal,
clarify
it
something.
will be with Fox directly, not with WWE.
Well, he did audition.
He
for
did
it.
audition.
He did audition. That is confirmed. So yeah.
Do you think if CM Punk like starts getting involved in wrestling or like commentating or something or even doing a show that he'll give AJ permission to come back?
Who knows?
Because I miss her.
No one's really been asking about her, unfortunately.
I know no one asked about her.
AJ's busy writing.
So
man.
during the radio interview, he did say that he does not miss wrestling per se, but he does miss performing in front of the audience. He misses the entrance. He misses the time he has with the wrestlers and kind of being out there with the crowd. I don't know how, if you want to
He
translate
missed
that.
the electricity from the crowd
He
because
does.
they're electrifying.
He does.
So he can lay the smack down?
He is.
Okay.
He is. You know, he is a cult of personality. But that is the rumor at the moment. That is what he said during the radio interview. So take with that as you will, a giant grain of salt.
I mean, basically,
never know.
yeah, he'll be an analyst or a color commentator or whatever the hell it's going to be, but he's not going to be really associated with the product. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, I think it's interesting that for everything that he said about never wanting to be either involved with WWE or involved in wrestling again, this is coming up, and it's almost like he's like he found himself a loophole in order to come back but not come back.
And it's not the first time that's happened,
Yeah.
too. You can look at Kurt Angle and Goldberg with 2K Sports. Remember,
Yeah.
they weren't directly involved with WWE at first.
Exactly.
They were directly involved with 2K and then found their ways back into WWE. The same thing can be done with CM Punk as well. So
Yeah, very
you never
true.
know. And both of those guys said they were never coming back to WWE either. Hell, the Ultimate Warrior, rest his soul, also said he was never coming back to WWE. And later, behold,
I miss him.
he ends up going to the Hall of Fame. So, again, we can never say never with these guys.
Yeah, but that wasn't like the best instance. But
Yeah.
after
No, I'm just saying. I'm just
No,
saying.
but
like,
it is an instance.
Yeah.
though.
I'm just saying, in general, that has happened in the past, and would it be surprised if it happens now?
Yeah, very true. So, yo, let's go on.
Sunny, please. AEW is about to start. I can't do this with you right now.
Oh, crap. That's right.
Yeah. No, we're not doing this.
All right, so yo, we'll be right back. And we're back. So, AEW's pretty good so far, right?
Pretty damn good.
I'm not mad at
loving
it at all.
Yeah. Shout out to Kevin Smith who's in the house.
Love the production.
Half of
so
him is in
far.
the house.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yo.
He looks good.
Quick little story.
You-
I went out to his comic book store.
It's never a quick little story.
Spoke to Mike Zabzik, and he actually gave me some great advice that I actually use to this day, doing this podcast. So shout out to Kevin Smith and his whole crew.
What was the advice? The whole point would be the advice of
Yeah,
this
you should probably tell us
story.
what the advice
You kind of
is.
just left
I think
everyone.
you forgot that part.
No,
And
no,
it sounded like
the-
he was making up
Sold Edge.
names.
It was
Sold
it
Edge.
was
Did he just say Zabzik?
Yeah.
Zabzik.
Like, oh, Zaddy, I want that Zabzik.
Daddy?
I want
Damn.
that Zabzik.
You see, all right. So let's introduce the guest that we have with us, who seems to be already cracking jokes on me.
Fit it in perfectly. Pause.
Damn,
That's
man.
what she said.
Jesus. So we're joined today by.
How you doing? This is Gary. Yep. I like wrestling.
I love that.
Ooh.
I like that.
That's a new drop. Thank
like
you
it.
for that.
Drop.
And he also happens to be Rikishi's manager.
Yes,
There we
yes.
go.
And a friend of Sonny Sofrito.
There you go. And he said
I'm
it.
right.
sorry.
Wait, why are you trying to say sorry?
Anybody who's
man,
a friend
come
of
on.
yours, God, Jesus.
No. Sonny brings me on here. I gotta be, gracious to him. Thanks, Sonny. Hey,
Well-
big fan, Beige Benoit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Your voice is just like
I mean,
powerful.
I like that. It's not the only thing powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I've
got
got
2 holes
30
for
souls.
Tara's.
30 souls.
Oh no. Anyway,
Whoa,
never mind.
Whoa, what?
First time I
Sonny.
heard the podcast, I thought that was like Ron Simmons talking.
That's
Yo,
racist.
I'm like, Sonny's going.
So
places.
all
He's
black
doing
people
things.
sound alike too?
All black people sound the same.
Hold on,
Let me give me some chicken and watermelon.
Dude,
All right now.
dude. I thought you were Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican princess in the house. I just assumed. Yo, it's Sonny. You know, Latino vibe going on in here. I'm sorry, bro.
He looked at Paige and said, "You want the chicken?"
Did you just finish a whole bowl of chicken wings?
I did. They have delicious chicken here at Jack Dempsey's on 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.
It's not my fault you have a shirt that has Booker T on it with Mean Gene
You already
and the
know.
Harlem Heat. And
Shouts
it's the
to Harlem
moment,
Heat.
guys, when he says, "We coming for you."
Nigga.
Whoa. I guess he could say
you
that.
Can
I
bleep
guess.
it. You can
Yo,
bleep
we can
it.
say
You can
everything.
I'm from
bleep it.
Yonkers, so I can say it too.
Yeah.
We can bleep it. We have,
Thanks to
we have-
Jadakiss,
We
you
have
can
new
say it too.
Oh,
subscribers.
Jada? Yeah, Jada's the man.
We have new subscribers.
Yes.
Shout outs to
All
Jessica
of them.
Bennett,
Darkman X.
client.
So, this Sunday at Jack Dempsey's, we will have
On 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.
exactly. Thank you. My bad.
Yep.
We will have WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi.
AKA the Sultan.
AKA part of one half of the Samoan SWAT team.
There you go.
AKA, she should know this. Puerto Rican princess, I know you're a Samoan Dynasty fan. Come on.
The
Let's see.
leader
You got
of-
one of them at least.
The boss of the Samoan dynasty.
That's
All right. We're missing Make It Happen, Fatu.
Ooh.
All right, I thought I left one for you, but
The only person I call Fatu is Trinity.
that's
But
Mrs. Fatu.
The
Yeah,
uncle
Mrs.
of
Fatu.
up and coming wrestler Jacob Fatu, MLW champion.
Brother of. Go ahead, you can take this.
Umaga?
Yes.
Yes, Umaga. You're right, Umaga.
Yo, I'm 4 glasses in and y'all giving me pop
AKA Umaga, AKA the Ultimate Oos.
Oh,
R.I.P.
The ultimate
R.I.P.
ooze. Yo, that needs
Also,
to
R.I.P. to Rosie, Roman's
That's right.
brother as well.
I'm in the Dynasty, the list goes on and on and on. So I'm glad that we all brought this up because some people don't know Rikishi was 5 characters in WWE.
That's right.
And Rikishi obviously stuck. And of course, Badman Rikishi, you know my favorite Rikishi of all times. He did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock. I think we need to just have everybody just do the impression. I did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock.
Forget Q&A. Just give me your best impression.
Yeah, exactly. But so Rikishi's gonna be here. It's gonna be after New York Comic Con. We're all gonna be geeking out. It's Hell in a Cell. It's perfect. It's what it's supposed to be.
Let's get weird.
Yeah.
You know, the funny part is everyone is going to want to ask him about, like, hey, Keish, what about that bump from the top of the cell, the 20-foot cell? Like, you know, how did you land on a truck? And remember, there's nothing on it. Just, hey,
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that slam, you could hear it throughout.
I remember watching that
arena.
live and just hearing a thud.
I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it. But also the fact that, I don't know if you remember, even if you go on YouTube, guys, you know what I mean? My favorite channel. Go to yepilikewrestling. Nowhere else. Sonny's looking
On
at
your
me with this
social
eye
media
like, yo,
platforms, on
what you
Instagram
doing?
and Twitter.
Exactly.
Same
we-
handle.
YEPILW.
And we will
Yep.
like all these videos on our page, on our playlist that says, "Yep, I like these things."
Yep.
I like these things.
Yep, these are videos we like. That's
Also
what-
known as Pinterest.
So I love the vibe here, by the way, guys. You guys
thank
are
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
And honestly, if you look at The Rock, the Stone Cold, Kurt Angle, whoever was in the ring, just stops what they're doing. They hear that, and I don't know if this is planned or whatever, but dude, you know they all said a prayer, and you can see it. They're just like silent. They're not moving. They forgot all about the match.
I remember
and
Undertaker's
it can't be any
look
more-
on his face. He was just kind of like, "Oh shit, did I kill him?"
Yeah.
Whoops.
He definitely.
Yeah.
If anything, Undertaker felt it the most. I'm pretty sure. I don't know who was more petrified, Rikishi or the Undertaker. Like, oh my God, I'm about to do this to him.
Yeah.
But then again, he had practice. So
Shout out to Mick Foley.
Oh God.
Have a nice day.
yeah.
Not
Now
after
Rikishi's
that,
coming.
not after that bump.
And
Have a day.
yeah,
But it's gonna be an amazing night.
it is.
and-
You know, he's coming here. Who more relatable than 2 people like Mick Foley or 3 people, Undertaker or Rikishi? You know, and Rikishi being here hosting Hell in a Cell. I know a lot of people are gonna approach him about that, but he's interested in challenging. A little plug out there. He wants to challenge people. This Comic-Con weekend, so he's in the spirit. So he's like, look, I want my Comic-Con people to come out. I want to kick it with them. Come in your best outfit. Matter of fact, he got a dare going on, which he's gonna put on video soon, and you'll see a promo somewhere or the other, and it's gonna say, "I challenge you to dare like your favorite Rikishi, and I dare you to wear a thong."
Oh,
You know?
so
Oh, that's
basically,
easy.
Hashtag stinkface.
That's just a Thursday for me.
Oh, so you think you're gonna win?
Maybe. Thong
So,
Thursdays.
ladies and gentlemen, not only is it a Rikishi challenge, it's a beige Benoit Rikishi
The
challenge.
beige Benoit banana hammock. You already know.
oh shit. So basically, you heard it here first. If you're coming through on Sunday to Jack Dempsey's,
On 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.
we are daring you to come as your in your best Rikishi
Rikishi
cosplay.
So you can dress up as the Sultan if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any incarnation
Guys,
of
that's
Rikishi.
my
Get,
personal
get ready
favorite.
to
I
dance
mean-
with Too Cool
Yeah.
if you want.
Hey, look, he might
R.I.P.
bust a
Grandmaster
move. Who
Sexay.
knows? He might bust a move. You know what I'm saying? Who's
Yeah.
gonna do the worm? That's what I want to know.
I am so ready to do the worm.
We will have a
Rikishi.
competition for the best worm.
I can't do the worm, but I can do the slug. I can just stay there.
This is true.
Who else is interested in seeing that? I mean, come on, guys, you gotta come just to see that. And it's gonna happen only on Hell in a Cell. You gotta come for that.
And then you just pray for me.
I say Beige Benoit versus Puerto Rican Princess, Slug versus Worm.
Wow.
Like a
There you
whole
go.
new. We should do this every Hell in a Cell.
You know what? Take my money.
We already
all
do.
the money.
Just give it to us finally.
well.
Oh, exactly.
Oh yeah, by the way, we
Theoretically.
don't get paid for this.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is all freelance. Freelance.
Emphasis on free.
I'm a non-profit.
Damn, that's love.
You can't.
honestly.
You can't tell into the future.
No, huh?
You can't.
Do I look like fucking Walter Mercado to you? No, I can't tell into the future.
You got enough makeup like Walter Mercado.
Oh wow, wow! Wrap this up because we get AEW's commercial break's almost over.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with more, and thank you to our friend Gary
Thank you,
for joining
guys.
us.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
Much.
See you guys soon. I see you guys Sunday.
Yes.
New
Yes.
York City, come out. See you
Do
Sunday.
it.
Woo! Yo!
Oh my goodness, what a great show. Great first show for AEW.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Fantastic.
I love the end of it.
I love the end of it. P&P did
Yes.
their thing. Jack Swagger came out with a great surprise.
Yeah. We still got some people here hanging out with us.
Kenny Omega died. I mean, but he's all right.
Yeah.
He'll live.
Yeah, he was murdered.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
Overall, great show.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm looking forward now to next week.
Yeah,
because I
so
want to
am I.
see what's this whole clique is now with Jericho, P&P, Sammy Guevara, and Jack Swagger.
Yeah. Hey, yo, wasn't that crazy where they were like, "We the people,
Love it. I love it.
we the people."
He's never been this over in WWE.
We the
Oh, you know
people.
what? All right, there we go. He's
You
never
got
been this
B3.
over in WWE.
No,
so it's like,
no, not at all.
This is fantastic to see.
Yeah, and he hasn't
I
been
love
that. He was never that big in WWE either.
He had a moment.
He
He had
was
a
jacked
moment.
up though.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
Exactly. He had a bit of swagger on him.
Yeah. Just a
There we go.
bit. Just a
There
bit.
we go. Just a bit of swag. So we're here. We're gonna do some questions with some fans of Yep, I Like Wrestling.
Yeah, we have a lot of guests that are
here at Jack Dempsey's on 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.
Exactly, and we're gonna bring on some guests that are hanging out with us tonight. So let's start it off with a good friend of the podcast and of the Yep, I Like Wrestling brand, Mr. Anthony Cole, the owner of BCW. Say what's up, brother.
What's up, people? Yo, amazing, man. Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
We
Yeah.
got a show coming up November 1st in Queens at the Cathedral Preparatory on 5625 92nd Street in Elmhurst, New York.
Yes, sir.
With
Yes,
Joey
sir.
Ryan making his
Uh-huh.
first BCW appearance.
It's a penis party.
You get super kick
That
parties.
guy's very excited
Someone's
about
really
it.
excited for
Yeah.
penises.
Yeah.
Real excited.
He's
It's
looking
all right.
forward to it. He might be
Yes.
online tomorrow.
He
waiting
might
for
be,
it.
right?
He's prepping for penis. Prepping for the penis party.
Prepping for the penis party.
Love
Yo,
it.
hashtag that shit.
Prepping for penis. Got it.
Prepping for penis.
Someone will have.
That too.
Yeah.
You've got 3 holes for this soul.
And that is the Glamazon, who is
Glamazon is the
Glitch.
Glamazon,
the
I love
schmizazon, the drunkazon,
The lidazon.
if you will.
I'm busy.
Busy drinking. It is a weeknight. And
Also, it's Wednesday.
yeah, it is.
Oh, wow. This
No, for you it's
Wednesday.
Wine's Day. We get it.
Oh, Wine's
You're welcome.
Day.
Nice one.
Take away his mic, please.
Yeah.
Take away his mic.
Whoa, that's true. All right, you got a question for us, right?
Oh, I'm looking at AEW today, and this is the first time I've seen the show, and I thought it was really, really good.
This is your first time seeing the show, seeing on either pay-per-views, anything at all from them?
The first time. I mean, I've
Okay.
seen the commercials and stuff like that leading into the show, but to actually sit down and watch the complete show, my first time today, and I must say, I'm impressed.
And the thing is, you've had some of the talent that's been on here before in the past.
Yeah, I've had a couple of guys on here. I actually had Jack Swagger on my show as well, you know,
look at
so
that.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
it's good to see a lot of these guys making it to the next level. MJF had him on my show a couple of times. He was actually in a feud with CPA, and then he was in a feud with Sebastian Cage as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, to see these guys on the main stage now is very impressive. What do you guys think? I mean, you guys are closer to this than I am. Tell me some of your highlights.
I honestly, I love the production of it. I thought the production of it was amazing, and I'm just excited about it because it's just different, man. It just feels different. It looks different. Feels exciting. It feels fresh and brand new, and I'm just here for all of it. You know.
I'm absolutely loving it. I think competition breeds creativity, and I think we're seeing that right now with AEW. There's a large, vast, diverse group of individuals wrestling for that company, and we didn't even get to see all of them yet. This is just the tip of the iceberg for the 2 hours. They have such a broad lineup that you can honestly put them for 3 hours and still be all right with the show.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
We don't want them to go that route quite yet. That is very WWE, but this has just been fantastic for us, so we love it.
I agree. I enjoyed it today. This was really good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't predictable. Like lately with the WWE, you can predict what's gonna happen. You can see the matches, you see the storyline building up, and you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. I know how this is gonna end. But this, very good today.
Yeah.
And I love the ending, man. Seeing Jack Swagger come out, form the faction, beautiful.
And it's funny because what was the one thing I've always been complaining about, Sonny?
Factions, no factions.
Lack of factions
Right.
in WWE. It's always these individual guys, maybe 3 teams, 3 guys the most together,
Yeah.
and they're kind of a hodgepodge of dudes.
Right.
And it's only built for storyline, but it's never built for an actual faction to stick together.
Right.
This felt like we were getting that. You had the Elite, and now you have this group with Chris Jericho, with
Yes.
PNP, Ortiz and Santana,
Yep.
Sammy Guevara, and then you also have Jack Swagger adding
Swagger.
to the mix.
Yes.
Who knows what you're going to get now with Jon Moxley when he went up against Kenny Omega.
Yes.
And just to make a quick correction, it is not Jack Swagger, it's Jake Hager.
Jake,
Jake
Hager.
Yes.
Is it 2 G's or 1 G?
1 G.
1 G. So Hager.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jake
so
Hager.
it's Jake Hager. So just know that.
We also had Pac and Hangman as well in the match, so it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm ready to see what's next. I mean, it was great with NXT going on as well. We'll talk about NXT on the next pod, I guess you could say.
Yeah, exactly.
This,
Well,
this
also,
week
actually-
is AEW.
Well, actually, real quick before we continue going forward, when it comes to reviews and thoughts on Monday Night Raw, Wednesday night with NXT and AEW, as well as Friday Night SmackDown, please go to our Facebook page. Right after those shows, we will have the Unpopular Review folks doing a recap and review on that. Also, we will have those episodes up on the YouTube page beginning soon. So even if you miss it on the Facebook page, you can go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/YPILW, to check out those episodes as well. So
We were just on the Unpopular Review this Monday with Chris Harris. It was
Exactly.
me, you, and the Glamazon Tara, who is still drinking and wandering around of the parts unknown.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we're going to have coverage on everything all over the place. So don't worry about it. Our podcast schedule is not changing. We will be bringing you the hot fire every Friday with something new, something different. And trust me, you're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a lot more episodes like the one we released for episode 101, which was
Oh, what a fantastic episode. We had the debuting Ortiz on the interviews as well. He was giving us the rundown of how it came about with him choosing, and in Santana as well, choosing between WWE and AEW. It was a very sort of inside baseball kind of interview.
Oh,
That's
wow.
something that you don't usually get with a lot of wrestlers. Usually they just sign, that's it. nothing else to it. But we actually got to see and hear the process of how it came about, even the conversations he had to have with his family as well. So that was exciting.
Yeah, so make sure you go back and listen to that. So that was amazing. So we're definitely going to be checking out BCW's next show. And we're going to bring some other folks on to do a little Q&A and keep it moving along.
We already got a question.
Yeah, so
Come up, state your name, gangster.
so right now we are joined by
Paola.
Hey Paola.
Hello, Paola.
I met Paola at the Battle Club show on Saturday, and she was talking with Glamazon.
That
and
was also PNP's, Ortiz and Santana's
last
indie match.
Yeah, and that was amazing as well.
Yeah, the whole thing when they came up with the flags.
Yeah.
I felt that. Whew.
Yeah, that entrance was amazing. That entrance was so amazing.
So fantastic.
And
I've seen the videos.
Yeah, it was just fire. And the show was dope too because it was an outdoor show. It was like the perfect setup.
That was the one thing I was like, oh, I wish I was there for that because I've always wanted to be like outside shows like that too. It would be fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So, Paolo, please tell us what is your question.
My question is, what do you guys want to see like come out of this wrestling war? The new war, the Wednesday war, the WWE versus AEW. What do you guys want? Like,
I love it because this is literally the question I was like, we should talk about this on the show.
Do you guys want like one company to like beat the other one? Do you guys want them to like merge? What do you guys want?
I would love to see maybe, I know it's not going to happen anytime soon.
You can't say never.
I know it won't happen anytime soon, but I would love to see a working relationship between the two. I would love to see wrestlers from AEW going on WWE television, wrestlers from WWE going on AEW television. I think there is a possibility of that. I know right now with Vince at the helm, it's going to be tough. I know Triple H has said some things to Cody and his family, and that might be a problem with him joining at the moment. But again, just like with CM Punk, just like with Ultimate Warrior, like we spoke about earlier, never say never when it comes to working relationships with with WWE. But I would love to see it.
You know what's funny? I think that we found out something earlier today where I think Cody has been trying to be in talks with WWE in terms of buying.
So he was trying to buy War Games.
Yeah.
The namesake to that and the trademark to that, because again, NXT has War Games, if you will, and he's looking to purchase it because again, that is the creation of his father. So he wants to own that as well. Yeah, I would love to see a working relationship between them because I don't want to see one company go out of business. I don't want to see one company or one show get canceled. I think that hurts the business. We've already seen that happen in 2001 with WCW going down, and we saw with WWE how it happened. They became a bit lazy in their creativity. I would love to see them work together like a Ring of Honor New Japan relationship. So that would be fun to see. Just in my opinion.
I think I could see a working relationship. It's just a lot of the hierarchy at WWE has to change. The way they do business has to change as well in order for that to happen. And you can never say never. It has to be something where it's beneficial to both sides. You know, I feel like when it comes to WWE right now, they're trying to maximize on all week. One of those shows that they have right now is not going to work. And it's going to change everything. When that changes everything, it's going to move things around for AEW. And they're going to become a better yin and yang. Mm-hmm. Right now, they're head-to-head, but I see that changing.
Yeah. Next question.
How y'all doing? My name is Marquise.
What's up,
Marquise?
AKA MH.
My Sagittarius
Score
brother.
Nova on IG. All right. So the thing I like about AEW is the quote-unquote ranking system.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah. Very true.
So this is how Cody got his world title opportunity, his world title shot at Full Gear. Even though it's a short sample of matches, but still.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. It's kind of like college football rankings per se, or college basketball.
They're shooting. I like how they're showing their records as well, like on the Tron and like on the production. It's actually pretty smart of them to do.
Well, it gives them a different feel. So I mean, that's what they needed to do. They have to do something different.
It creates its own storyline organically rather than With WWE, it would just be guy comes out ring, punches in face, challenges, then that's it. And all of a sudden he's number one contender. And it's like, how did you become number one contender?
Yeah.
AEW is filling in the blanks with that.
Yeah.
Or you're wild carded.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a tournament.
Exactly. Well, tournaments make sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, tournament makes sense with that. But AEW doesn't have to do a tournament, which is smart because they have the rankings.
Or you could throw a team together like Ziggler and Bobby Roode and Strowman and Rollins.
Exactly. Like, it's just a lot of teams.
Yeah, and they just bury the other tag teams per se.
Exactly. No, very true.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens when they do this draft next week.
Yeah.
What happens?
I'm interested to see how they're going to do this draft and how they're going to go about it because when the draft first came in 2016, like that last draft that we had with SmackDown Live, you could sort of tell they were building a roster that was more heavily towards Raw. It feels like they're going to now do that for SmackDown. And it's going to be the first time where we're really going to see SmackDown purposely become the A show. Yeah. Now, we saw it organically and, I guess unofficially, it happened back during the SmackDown 6 days with Paul Heyman. That in the 2000s, that became the A show, but it wasn't supposed to be. But now we're going to probably see that with the Fox deal.
Yeah.
Apparently there are parameters in place that Fox is looking to make sure that they do have ratings of at least 5 million TVs and households.
Which
so
is
that's
going to
be hard to see what they
especially on Friday. Especially Friday.
On a Friday night, but it is regular network television. So that is another thing. So it's not cable.
Here's the bad thing, though.
Yeah, but it's still Friday's still where TV shows go to die, though.
Yeah. But on Friday, though, the first 3 weeks in, they're gonna show the World Series. Where are they gonna place the show? Are they gonna put it on FS1 or My Network?
They'll probably schedule the games off of Fridays. They'll probably have it scheduled like a Thursday
but
or
it's
Saturday.
too late already. They already gonna do it. Yeah.
So they have games.
The World Series. The World Series.
What was that?
The World Series is
we're
3 weeks
also
in.
joined by George.
Yes, I was going to say the one of the issues.
Is it official that there are games scheduled for Friday?
Yes, the game one of Yankees versus Twins is on Friday night, going up against SmackDown.
Yeah, but that's
they'll probably have it on FS1. They'll probably have it on FS1 then.
No,
that's not on Fox though.
No, the World Series is going to be on Fox.
No, the World Series is going to be on Fox.
Yeah, so
but the thing is that the series that's on now with Yankees and Twins, that's not on Fox.
They'll keep that on cable. They'll probably just keep that on cable.
That's going to be on
So
TBS or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
one of the issues I would say that's going to come up is, for example, what we just called, Blood Money 7 coming up in a couple of weeks, in a few weeks, and stuff where. If they're doing these shows on Friday, SmackDown's on Friday. So what's gonna happen?
No, Blood Money's on Thursday, because Halloween falls on a Thursday. And remember, it's afternoon. Okay. Remember, those Saudi Arabia shows, they start in America like at 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
11 or 12 in the morning.
And they never really bring the entire roster anyway.
Because they're usually they've usually been on Fridays that I've noticed.
Usually they're on Fridays, but this one's falling on Halloween, which falls on a Thursday.
And that's probably due to the fact that now SmackDown on Fridays, they can't schedule it the same way.
Yeah, exactly, because they need to have the talent back. So,
Exactly.
So, I mean, they're going to do that show and then fly direct. So, you know what? That Friday night SmackDown on November 1st, they're going to look tired as hell. A lot of that talent,
unless they're going to
Marquise made a good point. They could be just doing a show in maybe in the UK or something that Friday.
Yeah, but it's still a time difference.
I'm saying after the show Thursday, they fly to Europe instead of having to go all the way to the US to do a taping. They're not
going to go tape so soon once they start. They're definitely going to do a live show. Understand that show that they do, it being SmackDown on Fridays, the show in Saudi Arabia is going to be Raw heavy. Yeah.
Oh, there's the Glamazon.
Sorry. Well, we don't even know where they're going in the draft.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't even had a draft yet.
Yeah.
And they picking teams for this Hogan versus Flair match already. They already got 4 participants: Orton, Rusev, Rollins, and Baron Corbin.
And I bet all of them are going to be on Raw. But we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah. So
SmackDown on November 1st will be in Buffalo, New York. Just giving you guys a heads up.
There you go.
So we'll see. We'll see how they do it.
I'm traveling to Buffalo. Just kidding.
All right. Next person that we got on. Wait.
I had a question.
Sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
So you're up next. We promise.
So now my question is, since we just had the first episode of AEW here, this bar, and now we're having the big hype for SmackDown and other shows.
Where was it?
Right here, Jack Dempsey's.
On 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue?
Yes. And now, so that question is, now there's going to be so many shows, and there's going to be so much excitement, and you see how people are gathering. Is there any discussions of maybe having more of the weekly shows here, like have maybe future AEWs, or perhaps Friday Night SmackDown, perhaps maybe this Friday? Because it's the debut, and The Rock is going to be back, and apparently so is Hogan and several other people.
So obviously this question is entirely for me.
Yes, that is for you, Sunday.
We're going to do special shows to do a weekly, and we've tried it in the past. It's kind of difficult because some people have jobs, lives, kids,
family.
Sometimes they just want to go home.
We have a home.
Television's really good to watch at home.
And then we're still doing the pod.
Yeah.
We're still trying to work out the kinks on which days we're going to be doing the podcast as well.
Yeah.
So depending on that, it'll give us an answer at least on when we'll be able to do the pod and simultaneously being able to do viewing parties as well.
Exactly.
But so far, it's looking like major shows like on Sundays will be, or Saturdays, depending on when AEW does their shows, those will be the days that we'll be doing our viewing parties here at Jack Dempsey's on 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.
Exactly. So now we're joined by David.
Hey, Dave.
Mr. Zubin, please give us your question.
I just want to say first things first, AEW, I've never really watched it, never gave the product a try before. This is the first time trying the products. I got to say I'm very impressed right off the bat that they're giving the female referee a trans. Opening up the show, right off the bat, it's the female referee. The one thing is, why do you think they're doing so many commercials during the show?
I feel like it's really just trying to pay the bills at the moment. I mean, we kind of saw it with SmackDown. We sort of saw it with Raw as well. That's probably the one thing I was a little down on myself also, just because I thought they would be a little more friendly towards ads and towards the crowd and like towards the audience watching for the first time. I wasn't expecting that many commercials during the middle of the matches. So, yeah, hopefully that's something they could adjust a bit.
But given the fact that it's so hyped and it makes sense to strike one of the irons hot, they had to do it.
Yeah,
because the thing is that there's a lot of investment put forth and working on I've worked in TV advertising sales a long time ago. You have to sell as much as possible. So the fact that they sold so much is actually a great thing going forward because of the fact that you're going to see this last a lot longer.
Okay, and you had one more question as well,
Yes.
right?
The thing is with it, in the beginning of the show, at the end of the first match, Cody Rhodes versus, I forgot his name. Sammy Guevara.
If you haven't watched Sammy Guevara, watch his PWG matches back in 2017, 2016. Really impressive guy, really great wrestler.
Dude, I haven't seen much of him.
He showed in the beginning of the show. I'm going to talk about the show a little bit. In the beginning of the show, he showed at the end of the match when it was over. He did a good job. Cody has congratulations. At the end of the night, he blowed him in the balls.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I understand this, but what it is, you say first you go into sign of respect and stuff like that. Why would you do that? It's like you're doing a cowardly move there.
Because he's a heel, though.
Yeah. He kind of gave heel hints in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Like it looked like he wasn't going to give him the handshake, then he kind of reluctantly did it. So it was kind of sort of what would it be like? Sowing the seeds, or
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess you could say so. It's
yeah,
fine.
so you're like planting the seeds, like all right, I'll play nice now, and then he got a crew with him. Now he got big and bad because heels at the end of the day are supposed to be cowardly.
Yeah.
So he showed himself as a two-face. What better way to get yourself over as a heel by being a two-face, especially in this modern era?
I'm also surprised that Sammy Guevara is even a heel. He's always felt like a babyface to me everywhere I've seen him wrestle.
Yeah, but it works because think
You're
about
not expecting it.
His role with when you look at him and the rest of the guys, he's gonna be that one that he's gonna be that X-Pac.
In a way, but a better wrestler.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Shout out to Jack Swagger.
Oh, great job with Jack Swagger. We got one other question? You go ahead. Yeah.
Because we want to move
talking
around.
about the show itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could ask any question about the show.
What did you feel about the main event?
I loved it. I thought it was pretty unpredictable. I mean,
I loved it.
I loved it. I loved it myself.
I mean, if you were looking for just like a straightforward wrestling match, I guess you just weren't going to get that at the moment today because there's still so many guys they need to showcase. You had to showcase PNP, Ortiz and Santana. You had to showcase Sammy Guevara. You had to give us John Moxley. I mean, he's one of your biggest
To be honest,
signings.
that's what I was looking for through.
I was actually surprised to see him because of the fact of the whole injury. I thought they were probably going to hold him back a little bit longer, but it was it was a small bit that worked
out.
No, I agree with you because I've heard that he was cleared for the debut episode. So throughout the whole show, I'm like, I'm waiting for John. I'm a John Moxley / Dean Ambrose fan.
Oh, that's fine.
So I was. There you go.
All right.
So I was waiting for it, and nothing was happening. Then lo and behold, main event come in interfering. Got him in.
They didn't forget about
Fuck
you.
with Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Boom, exactly, So I was glad to see him.
You were still in their thoughts, bro. You were still in their thoughts.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
So I was all like, when I saw him,
you were little Jimmy that they were just trying to make sure to take care of.
So I was all hyped. The minute he came out, my cousin was over there. I jumped off my chair. I'm a big John Moxley fan.
And we see your cousin's a big Cody fan. So
He's a big Cody fan in Rose family. And also, I was a big John Moxley fan. I'm glad to see him come out, do his thing, challenge Kenny Omega, continue that feud, and go on. And they had a little brawl backstage and so on and whatnot. I'm glad of that. But the main event was great. It was lit. A lot of great moves, a lot of great back and forth.
Extremely unpredictable.
Extremely unpredictable. It was great to see LAX. Well, they're not called.
Yeah.
For now, the soft name is PNP.
Exactly.
Proud and powerful.
Yeah.
That was great. And then
Santana.
apparently now we got fucking Jack Swagger now coming on the
Whose
stage.
name now
Jake
is
Hager.
Jake Hager.
Oh, Jake Hager. That's
Jake
how he's
Hager.
going by now. Jake Hager.
The wrestler formerly known as Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
There you go. We the people.
Exactly.
I didn't mind him coming through. That was great. That was a big surprise. I totally honestly forgot. I heard about that back in the day. Kind of let it slip a few months ago that he was kind of like joining the company and so on. And whatnot. Him, Pac, and and Dean Ambrose, he was saying that he's gonna do his
Every
own
time I hear
thing.
Pac, it just still throws me off because I'm always thinking Tupac.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same. I feel like he kind of needs to switch his name.
I thought you were gonna go X-Pac, but all right, that's,
that's
better.
It's great though.
No,
to be honest, overall with the whole event and the main event, I thought it was great. I feel like they gave a great.
Will you be watching next week?
Of course.
Perfect.
Hands down.
Will everyone be watching next week? I love that.
All right.
You want to know why? Because it felt me. It was great. It was entertaining. It gave me pro wrestling.
Exactly.
And it still told the story. It progressed the story. And I want to tune in next week to see what happens.
There
What's
you go.
next?
It's the drama. That's the drama.
Exactly. That's all.
Love it. Thank you so much for your question. Next question.
What's going on? Khalil.
What was it?
Khalil.
Wait. They call you the almighty Bobby
State your
Lashley?
name, gangster. They are calling you Lana. They are calling you Bobby. Hold on. They are calling you Bobby Lashley.
I get Shelton Benjamin more than
Y'all
that.
ready?
Wow, Shelton Benjamin.
Y'all ready for Lana?
Oh, God.
No? Okay.
What? She has had way too much wine. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I am not Russell. I'm sorry. What's your question?
That's so much a question, a comment. I noticed, obviously, this first show, so you kind of like, they're going to put their best foot forward, but there was no BS backstage segments. There were no, like, backstage segments.
Everyone clapping, everyone
So,
clapping. I get it.
That's one of those things that kind of like, there was nothing backstage where it's like, oh, my guest at this time is so-and-so, and then the heel says something bad. And
then someone gives you like this
the face comes up.
overtly like scripted interview
So I
promo.
saw that.
It felt meaty, right?
Yeah, I felt everything happened in the ring. Something happened. It was in the ring. There was no backstage weird thing. And they had the one backstage where like the Young Bucks was working out.
Yeah.
And Jericho's talking to LAX. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I noticed that more. So
You're absolutely right because it kind of gave it like a UFC appeal. In UFC, you're not getting a big interview from the fighter right before. You're just watching him work out. You're watching him get ready. You kind of do the sort of like video package promo before the match.
Exactly.
And then you get the match. That was something that AEW, and I've heard from the get-go, was something they were aiming towards. They wanted to give more of a sports appeal to wrestling with the entertainment as well.
You know what's funny? What just popped in my head. Remember at I think it was All In when Cody came out and it really felt like a UFC walk to the ring.
Yeah.
It was who was that he fought? I'm drawing a blank.
Nick Aldis.
Yes,
Nick Aldis for the NWA title.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when they both came out, it was like they came out with it was Cody and
Aldis.
And he had two people with him. One was Davari. No, Davari came out with Aldis, but it was
DDP.
Cody came out with DDP and somebody else. I don't know. We gotta go back and look at it, but yeah, it was like that had a UFC feel.
Exactly.
And it's like it's something since the very beginning. They're doing it, and they're doing it, and it's fucking.
And that's
amazing.
a really good call because it does feel like
Yeah.
AEW, and for all intents and purposes, we all still love WWE. We all grew up watching WWE, but we all understand that WWE is built for children first.
Yeah.
That was always their moniker. That was always their way of making money.
Get the kids in, then you get the family
Even
in,
during
and
the
then
rock and roll
tickets
era of the 80s was the biggest component of that
Yeah.
with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and whatnot, and now they still do it today with the way their production is. AEW, you can tell, was advertising and they're building their audience for those who already grew up past wrestling.
Yeah.
It's no longer for the people that say, I used to watch wrestling. It's for the people that say, you know what, I still watch wrestling, or I would like to get back to watching wrestling.
And
Exactly.
and the silly stuff, too.
Exactly.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Like, to get the other fans that kind of lapsed.
Exactly.
From the 10 million that watched in 2000.
Exactly.
Get rid of silly stuff and like people are like, okay, it's
Yeah.
a match, cool. I want to watch the match.
Exactly.
And not watch Maria Kanellis' baby thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, we don't need that storyline.
Yeah.
Like, we don't at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
Next question.
Thank you. How you doing, fellas?
Very good, very good.
Victor!
I see Victor is watching the unpopular review with the Wolf of Brooklyn, April.
And the Willatine Dream,
Yes.
Willie.
Oh.
Live from DC.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You know what though? But I wanted to ask you guys something.
Mike.
Because everybody's asking.
Mike.
Oh, thanks. I wanted to ask you guys something. What do you think they're gonna do with Jack Swagger? Because there's one thing that I noticed.
Jake Hager.
Jake Hager. I gotta press the button.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just talk it to him.
With Jake Hager, because one thing that I noticed, the first thing that happened to him, and we did it too. We the people. We the people. We the people. The whole crowd. We the people. We the people.
Yeah, but that's the
we
crowd.
people. No. But what I'm saying is that that's how everybody knows him as. So like, I wonder if like they're gonna be able to build a storyline around him without using that. Because every time he comes out, like even in his indie shows, like it's all about that. It's like he's typecast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like
It
he's
sucks.
Christopher Reeve in Superman.
I mean, but the thing is that it's just the saying. Because, like, think about it like this. Daniel Bryan, to use Daniel Bryan as an example.
Mm-hmm.
He's a heel now, but people still use yes.
True.
That's true.
So, but the thing is that it doesn't define his character. So I don't think we the people is going to define his character. People just like to say it. We the people.
Like people still say what with
Yeah.
Stone Cold. You
So,
know?
so unless he starts to do the "We the People" symbol, which he probably will at some point when the timing is right to say to just kind of give a nod to the crowd and give him a little something, it's not going to define his character. Because remember, that's just a catchphrase. It's what he does aside from that to get over that's going to really take him far.
Yeah.
All right, so let's think back, like, because the thing is that the guy never really had any mic skills.
Not really.
He needed Jeb Coulter, which is that his real name? Yeah, he needed Jeb Coulter in order to get over, and but his ability in the ring is amazing. So like I'm just curious, and hopefully over time he got a little bit better, as far as like getting on the mic. But I'm really, really curious as to see what they're going to do with him. Because when I saw it, I was happy because, the whole thing. But to tell you the truth, like, just thinking back as to when they put the belt on him a couple of times.
They put it on him really quick. They put the rocket on his back.
It was just unsuccessful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just really curious to see what...
I think when it comes to Hager, and I think when it comes just to AEW overall, they're not as reliant on the promo skills as WWE is. Because, again, that entertainment aspect of WWE is so prevalent in building a character. That's something, like, that's a Vince staple.
Exactly.
Whereas,
as far as building promos and all that.
No pun intended with Vince Staples, great rapper. But but it's not exactly a thing that we're noticing with WWE. With AEW. You're sort of getting a quick little interview with Tony Schiavone here and there, but nothing too crazy. But it's mostly in the ring or right by the ring as you're watching Lucha Bros with SCU, for example. Like that's the most promo we've probably ever seen with AEW outside of like a video package. So we'll see.
Yep.
Cero miedo. We didn't see them this week wrestle, but I'm sure we're going to see them next week wrestle, and that's what makes wrestling awesome.
Right. Are they is one of them still hurt?
Phoenix is always hurt.
Yeah.
He is eternally hurt. That is something we've been told by Ortiz. So, but he'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, and one last thing. Thank you guys for what you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Brother.
Thank you.
Thank
you for coming to the shows. Thank you for listening to the pod.
And thank you for always supporting, brother.
Unpopular review. We appreciate it.
And right now we are joined by.
Say your name, gangster.
Jason.
Jason.
What do I do with my hands?
Just leave it there. It's fine.
Place them by my side.
We just need your mouth. Pause.
I would say voice.
Just use your mouth on the mic. That's all.
We'll talk. We'll talk after this.
With by the mic.
We'll talk after this.
Yeah.
We're good. Hey, first of all, I just want to say that it's my first time doing a podcast, so excuse me if I screw this up royally.
No, it's okay.
I'll tell you that much,
not more
right?
than Tarek usually does. I mean, now, wait, excuse me. Sorry.
It's okay. It's great. You have a face for radio. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's what I've always. My mom told me that, and I never knew what that meant until now.
It's a great reason.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah, shout out to Mom Dukes. Yeah. Some of my opinions may not be the same as everybody else's, but what will be is that AEW, absolutely, tonight's show was amazing. I liked it.
Yes.
I enjoyed every second of that, and I will say that I'm a fan of WWE. I'm a fan of NJPW. I'm a fan of wrestling as a whole, including independent stuff and Raw way and whatever you want to call it.
And
so
honestly,
I'll get that out the way now.
And honestly, that's the best way to do it.
Exactly.
That is the best way to watch wrestling. Trying to have this sort of, this company's better than this company, I'm not going to watch these guys because they suck. You're just blocking your own blessings on great matches. You're blocking your own blessings on watching guys evolve.
Like, good.
Just have fun. Hell, if you watch Evolve, watch Evolve. You know,
Just watch
like
Evolve,
this is
baby.
a fantastic way to just be
Absolutely.
a fan of wrestling overall, man.
Absolutely,
That's what CM Punk said. He said it during Starrcast. He was like, "Hey, depending in between NXT versus AEW, just watch both. Who cares?
Right.
There's no reason to be against one or the other."
Now, one thing I was listening to, I know everybody's happy about the Jack Swagger or Jack Hager or whatever you want to call him.
Jake Hager.
Ooh, yeah. God damn it. Okay. So my thing is that I saw Jack Swagger. I've only seen Jack Swagger wrestle in WWE, and I've never saw anything that was impressive. I saw him in UFC, and hold on, all right, and again, I'm gonna let
real quick. I loved his rivalry against Rusev. I'll say that much, but that's about it. Continue.
All right,
I'm sorry.
fine,
Continue.
yeah. And he did his thing in MMA.
Yeah,
okay,
he did.
we'll let him have that part, but when he popped out right now, and again, I really enjoy the show, but I wasn't hype. But that's me. But that's just me.
Did you not get hype?
No, I ain't get
because
hype.
we stay hype.
Yeah.
You stay hype.
Yeah, I just want you to know that.
Always.
Yeah.
I wasn't hype about that. They got me not hype. I was hype. I was hype as AF. I was hype AF. But
it's weird because I don't think I've ever popped for like Jake Hager or Jack Swagger before either. And I was like, that's kind of the first time I was like, oh, this is actually kind of awesome.
Right. Now, John Moxley, and you guys had my cousin here earlier. His name was Wilson. He was very Wilson. Right. He was super hype about John Moxley joining NJPW and then AEW and whatnot, and especially his spot tonight. I wasn't happy to see him. I had never been a Dean Ambrose fan.
Interesting.
But But going through the glass table, we can't argue about that. Come on, we can't argue
his
about
work
that.
with CZW,
whether I'm a
was
fan of him
amazing.
or not, I mean, we can't argue about it. It was nice. It was good to see.
I think his work with CZW kind of speaks for itself, and it allows you to see what he was doing here with like the glass table.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure we're gonna get a hardcore match probably with him and Kenny Omega.
And I hope
a hardcore match. I think we're gonna get a lot of hardcore matches.
Well, I'm just saying a hardcore match in general with a lot of hardcore in it.
Because I love my cousin so much and his family, I always reserve the right to switch to liking him. But I have yet to see that match. And if it happens, when it happens, if it ever happens, just know that I was 99% not his fan.
Left that 1%. It's got that 1%.
But
the 1% for family.
If it happens, I will take the L. I will take the L.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Fine.
And he could absolutely say, "Oh, in your face, bro, in your face."
You know what it is? We just take those L's and we turn them into lessons.
You know, we all take L's.
That's all
we all
do.
take L's. In life, we all take L's. All right?
Yo, that's you know what?
Whether you admit it or not.
I can't believe you just said we
CM
take those
Punk.
L's and turn them into
CM Punk. All right. Oh, I gotta say this before y'all hand this mic off to somebody else. Okay, I'll keep it PG. F CM Punk. I've never liked him. I think he's got
Are you
good
trying
mic
to say
work.
fuck CM Punk? I mean,
I said I think he got good mic work. And now that he's trying out to be a commentator, good. That's where you belong. But other than that, I haven't seen anything.
I got a Colt Cabana fan over here.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen. I'm saying from my experience of ever watching him, I've never seen anything watching him where I was just like, oh my God, yo, he's amazing. And I've seen a few people like that. And he's not one of them. He's not one of them. And again, my opinions are not to be shared with anybody. Those are my opinions.
That's fine.
That's it.
thoughts and opinions.
Thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, thoughts and opinions.
Right? They do not represent.
And by the way, I didn't get your name. What's your name?
Stefan, a.k.a. Steph McNasty,
Stefan.
a.k.a.
Love your shirt.
Beige
Love your
Benoit.
shirt.
Because I kill it.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you. And
who do we have
next question. Next question.
Phil, you coming on? Yeah. All right.
Ask the question. Come on.
Here we're joined by Phil. Go ahead.
State your name.
What's happening? This is
I just said
Phil,
Phil.
a.k.a. Phil the Thrill.
Oh, it's other ladies now.
Hello, ladies. This is Phil the Thrill. But anyways, member of Yep, I Like Wrestling for a little while now. Shout out. Yep, I Like Wrestling.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I thought it was a very, very enjoyable episode of AEW Dynamite tonight. Very fantastic.
Would you say it was explosive?
I would say it's absolutely pretty much explosive Dynamite.
Because it's Dynamite.
Would you say
on
it was
TNT?
Would you say it was Dynamite?
Oh my God, you're showing your age again, Sonny.
Only
Oh
on
my
TNT.
God.
That's the only way it can be Dynamite.
You know what? I had a good time.
I did too.
Yeah.
They definitely brought the
Good times.
nitro in the whole.
They did.
Yes,
they did bring
yeah.
the nitro.
Absolutely.
They were explosive. They brought the dynamite. I get it.
Dynamite, because it was good times.
There you go. Wow. Jeez.
Now my answer.
Now you got it?
Yes, please ask the question.
Now, my main-
Sonny keeps going.
My only real question right now is like after like the way how tonight's episode of Dynamite ended is I'm curious of what you guys think of how they might probably follow up with the whole ambush with Chris Jericho and his newfound posse. How do you think the Elite's gonna probably combat that in the next coming weeks on television?
Do you? I don't know. It's like you can
It's
go
a faction,
10-man matches.
man.
Yeah, you can go with like 10-man matches if you want to do that. That seems very easy.
Right.
But you could also do sort of singles and tag matches, but with some interference going on here.
Kind
and
of
there.
build up
It's
into a
interchangeable.
10-man tag.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. Down the road.
We just got the setup for 10 talent.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got at least 10 episodes of
Yeah.
AEW.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got 10 weeks
No,
of
you got
storyline.
20 episodes actually, because you interchange it. You have beatdown segments. You have segments you could film for YouTube for
You got
being
like,
the Elite.
You got like
all the-
Sammy versus Kenny.
Yeah.
You got Sammy versus
You got so many. It's
Cody
so many,
again.
So interchangeable.
And you can't
Yeah.
forget about Moxley in there too, because he certainly
Exactly.
made himself a presence during that match too.
You know what?
so.
We might even see some singles competition with where Santana and Ortiz are doing singles matches against the Young Bucks, or even against Cody or who would. Wouldn't you want to see Santana take on Kenny Omega?
Of course.
That would be
we
lovely.
saw a little preview of it today.
Right.
So
it'd be great.
we got stuff there.
So like the possibilities are very endless, which is what I very like about it because it opens up so many windows, so many different creative opportunities for them down the road for the next television.
And that's
kind
not
of
even counting Hangman Page, another member of the Elite.
Exactly.
So, that's what just makes it great. Like this is just great television. I'm excited too.
So my other question is when do you think Cody will? Because by far he's the only one that hasn't actually taken a loss in a match of the Elite. As of yet. So when do you think at any point, when do you think he would probably take his first loss?
Probably a Full Gear.
Yeah,
I can see him probably losing to Jericho or
that makes sense.
In
Yeah, it
some
is
way,
Jericho.
Maybe not like a clean loss, but probably little dirty
maybe
loss there.
maybe one of the Santana Ortiz may or may not get
exactly,
involved. Probably
exactly.
Maybe
or Sammy again. Like Sammy will keep going digging at him. So I can.
Or we never know. We forgot about Sean Spears, so he'll
That's
probably.
True. That's true. Get Sean Spears as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent we didn't see tonight. So, I mean, there's a lot of back and forth that we have yet to see. So it's
still waiting for Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
the and Jungle Boy too. That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
So, and we still, I mean, there's so much stuff going on, man. This is going to be amazing, and I don't want to be an advocate for this, but they have enough talent, enough fire going on right now that, and they're not going to do it, but they could realistically do a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
I believe
so. It's been discussed, but good Lord, please don't.
They
I said, good Lord,
no,
please don't.
No,
please don't.
No, they can, but they shouldn't because they should leave us wanting more every week.
Right now, we are on pace for 11 hours of wrestling a week.
Yes.
I just want y'all to see that. 3 hours of Raw. Let me do my math. 2 hours of AEW, 2 hours of 9 hours. 9 hours. All right.
Right.
If you want to count TNA, if you want to count Ring of Honor, then you want to count MLW, which will also be on Fridays as well.
Not to mention NWA with their own TV deal,
NWA's
too.
got a show now as well. Good Lord, I can't binge any shows except wrestling because I'm a nerd and I have no life.
I will say
Tara's gonna hate me.
This is a beautiful time to be a wrestling fan. I will
like
say
to
that.
call it the Wrestling Renaissance.
Yes, it is.
You know what?
In 2019.
I agree.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful time to be a wrestling fan.
I like that.
I love it.
The Wrestling Renaissance.
That's what
I saw a great tweet. It is a great time to be a wrestling fan, but it's a horrible time to be a loving spouse of a wrestling fan.
Yes.
It's hard to be in a romantic relationship.
Here's the thing. Date someone who also watches.
Yes.
That is the trick. That's how I got Glamazon. She watches too.
Probably more than you. That's the key. Probably watches more wrestling than you. That's probably what it is.
Well,
possible.
Well,
I'm lucky enough that I don't sleep, so
there you go.
I'm able to watch when she's asleep. So,
well, that helps.
so thank you for your question
All right,
and
thank
your
you,
comments. I appreciate it, man. Thank you,
All
Phil.
right. Shout out to Yep, I Like Wrestling. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Are y'all done?
Yes.
Can we go home?
I think we can. I think
Can we go home? I'm tired. I would like to go home.
Yeah.
And that is a wrap for Yep, I Like Wrestling podcast, episode number 102.
The premiere of AEW Wrestling and a great NXT show that we will be talking about next week because we didn't watch it yet because we are currently watching
But
AEW.
you know who is talking about it right now?
Unpopular
review.
Exactly.
April has a co-host. Who's April's co-host tonight?
It's the Willatine Dream, Willie from DC.
Willatine Dream.
Yeah. So Willie's doing his thing right now.
They're currently discussing
we're looking
right
at
now.
it right. We're looking at the live feed right now.
Yeah, I try to FaceTime April. She dubbed me because she's.
It's like, yo, don't you know I'm doing a show
She
right now?
texted me like I'm on live, and I was like, I'm drunk. You need to answer your phone when I call you. I would like to feel appreciated, April. Thank you very much.
I will be looking at at tonight's episode later on to see her reaction to your call.
All she did was you saw her look at the corner and be like, "Damn, Tara's calling." What
shout out
about
to
Pac?
Oh, that's right.
I still believe in Hangman Page, damn it.
Can you please? I want to go home.
All right, so that is a wrap for Yep, I Like Wrestling podcast episode number 102. And this has been fun. Thank you to everybody who stood around.
Yeah.
Love this crowd.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us for this live episode. And
Yep, I like alcohol.
Yeah.
I love it. And NXT.
Real quick.
Thank you. Both these guys. There we go. We love wrestling.
Last announcements on Sunday, October 6th, we are doing a viewing party for Hell in a Cell.
with
hosted by Rikishi.
Yeah.
Come hang out with
yeah.
Rikishi. Come get a stink face with Rikishi. We encourage
We're
you.
having a worm. We're having a worm contest.
And also, come dress as your favorite Rikishi character.
So if you have a thong, please wear one if you'd like.
I will.
Make sure it's clean. And make sure it's clean.
Make sure it's clean.
He never did. Why would I?
And and make sure
R.I.P.
you follow
ODB.
us on all podcast platforms and on all social media by searching at YEPILW. This has been an amazing episode. On behalf of this episode and this whole crew of people here, my name is Sonny Sofrito, and today I was joined by
Beige Benoit, a.k.a. Steph McNasty.
And I was also joined today by
The Puerto Rican princess. Hello, Glamazon.
the drunk Puerto Rican princess.
The drunk princess.
The drunk princess. I have drinks waiting for me downstairs. Hurry it
It's
up.
Wines Day.
Peace out. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Suck on that, Tara.
She got 3 holes for your
She's
soul.
got 3 holes for this soul. War games.
Here we go.
Alright.
3 shots on Sunny.
You want to take a shot on Sonny?
There's fucking sunny shots too.
You want to get a body shot on Sonny? Is that what you said?
Yo, but imagine if you use Sunny's belly button for
That's
a
a lot.
shot.
That's like 2 shots.
That's
That's at least.
alcohol.
That's at least a half a liter of Henny.
Yo, my man.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's alcohol poisoning.
Is
Done.
it an innie or an outie? Because that'll answer everything.
I do not know that answer, and I feel like that was a trick question.